Today, we're going to talk about the 5 keys to winning the heart of a man. Again, so this will go for both either someone that's totally new in your life, or maybe it's your significant other. Maybe it's your husband, and you've gotten distant, and you've lost that love and feeling, girl. So, 5 keys to making it magical and winning the heart of that man. I'm gonna work backwards for my list. So it's like, the greatest hits. It's a countdown. Here we're gonna count down for the 5 things that will help you win the heart of a man again. And I'm gonna talk about the difference between those two scenarios. One, someone that's new, and the other, that man you've known for quite a while. And that there's been a disconnect and you desperately want to rekindle that love, or maybe even make it even better than you could have ever imagined, like what happened with me and my marriage. I can't wait to share. So let's get into it. So, um, number one, number five is opposites attract. And when we can be the most feminine version of ourselves, then we attract those manly men. And it's those manly men that make us swoon. Am I right? It's, you know, there's been so much going on in our world and this has not been like a short new thing, like, oh my, it just popped into our sphere, into the social stratus. No, it's something that's been building for decades of making men more like women and making women a lot more like men. And I tell you, I'm a living, breathing proof that that doesn't work at all. It doesn't work when we are the same. It's not fun. It's not dynamic. It's not powerful. It's not passionate. It's boring. It's maybe comfortable. It's friendly, but it is not what drives us. And we certainly deserve to have relationships that sets us on fire for a long period of time, not just a short little burst. But I mean, don't you want to be in a marriage, a relationship where, I mean, you just can't get enough of that person? I can tell you very, very honestly, probably TMI, that I now, after 20 years of being married to the same man, I still cannot get enough of this guy. That wasn't always the case. Either way, it wasn't like he's always had the hots for me. Is no, I was very repellent in my feminine masculinity. It wasn't that a good thing. We'll talk more about that. But now that I've got these tools that I am desperate to share with you because I have seen it change lives. And like giving you what you really, really desperately are wanting. What my soul was so in need of. And I have the tools to have that, to make that happen in my life. And it has been life changing. So when I embraced my femininity, when I said, welcome to the world of womanhood, what is this about? Awakening, feminine awakening, whole woman awakening. Yes, that was a huge transformer for me. What does it mean to be a woman? I'm going to be pretty surfacey on this because we can get really deep, and I want to get really deep on this. So much so that I'll be offering a course. There is a 4-week course that I'm going to have available. It'll be a live course for 4 weeks, because that's what a 4-week course means, friends. And it is stepping into your femininity. And we're going to do a deep dive on this. What does it mean to embrace your womanhood? Because a lot of us are really uncomfortable with that. It means things like understanding what vulnerability feels like and the benefits of it, how desperately we need to have that vulnerability. Um, I'm finding my list. Softness, being soft. So these are the things that make us different from men. Men, we want a guy who's strong and who can provide and who can protect us and who can lead us, who can, take charge and, what is so cool about men and how they are wired, they're wired to be self-sacrificing in those leadership positions, not to dominate. That's not a healthy man. And this is what we're after. We're after a healthy man. And you know what? Even if you feel like you're in a relationship with a man who is unhealthy, there are proven using so many of these tools that you can help bring out that healthy side of him. That just because right now he's acting less than he is has potential for doesn't mean that he's garbage and you should just toss him and start over. In our disposable culture, that's what we're is advocated. Like, oh, you deserve better than that, girl. Don't stand for that. You put your foot down. You demand what you need. Now, like, I agree that you deserve better than that. But if you really want to make that happen, especially if you have a family, you have children in the mix, and also, or like you just don't want to really start over, that might sound lazy, but implementing these skills and these tools will transform your relationship because it will transform you. And our men cannot help but to respond to us. And that's exactly what your guy's doing. Right now, he's acting like a jerk face or he's being less than admirable. He is responding to his stimulus, to his surroundings, oftentimes to us. And you may feel, as I did, like, how in the world, like I'm doing everything right. I'm my girlfriends are really big fans of me. They think I'm pretty great. Why can't this guy see that? There is so much more to it. So we're going to continue going into this. But that one, number 5, is accentuating our differences. This goes as generic, as surfacey as how are you dressing? Are you just slapping on whatever, like casual clothes, and you're not putting any care into, like, we are beautiful. And we get to delight in how beautiful we are. You know, when we see a man who delights in him getting beautiful, we think of him as being feminine. This is for good reason. It's because that's what we do. And that's one of our superpowers is being beautiful. And it's not about injecting Botox and having all the makeups on and you know spending a fortune on your wardrobe. Mm-mm-mm-mm. But it is about setting ourselves apart from men. And we can do that on a superficial level. And it is a huge cue to guys, you know, wearing dresses, wearing cute skirts, wearing flattering attire, you know, dressing up a little bit, putting care into ourselves, and enjoying the delight of feeling feminine. It's beautiful. Okay. That's a hot ticket. You'll be a hot ticket. And your guy or the guy will think, wow, wow. Well, look at her. You know, put a little perfume on. Get dangerous, girls. These are things that we often, you know, when you are dating someone, nobody has to tell you twice. You're going to put effort in. And so if this is someone that you have been in a relationship with and things that petered out, did you stop putting effort in? Or is your effort, the effort that you're putting in, is it to please somebody else? It could just be other gals, other ladies. Do you get more dressed up to leave the house than to be present for him? Have you stopped taking care of yourself and putting your best foot forward for your man? So that's number 5. Number 4, there is nothing more irresistible than a genuinely happy person, right? For a guy or a girl, just period. As a human being, when we are around people who are happy and not the fake happy, like, oh my gosh, everything is just fine. Oh, sure. And like people know when you're not being genuine or authentic. But if you are happy, like, you know what, I am happy. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's attractive. So here you are being feminine and you're happy. Wow. Wow. That already like $1,000,000. I think with inflation now it's probably $1,000,000,000. Now you're like $1,000,000,000. So that means that you're fun to be around. Now, have you ever been around someone who is gosh, they're just Eeyore or they're a Debbie Downer. And it is like the last thing you want to do is to be around them. Sometimes we get to a point in life where we are just carrying too much. And everything, it just feels like, oh, you'll listen to me? Great, because I gotta tell you all the stuff. And it's just weighing down on me, and I just gotta offload it to someone. And oftentimes that doesn't even help because we find somebody else to listen and we're gonna share all the same heartache. And so all we're doing is passing the poop. All we're doing is putting these big wet blankets on whoever comes our way. I know this because I did it. And sometimes I still have to catch myself. It's like, why? Wait. Why? What's my motivation in sharing this story? Is it to offload my discomfort and my pain? Or is it because I care about this person? And that doesn't mean that, like, that's valid. Girls, we need to share feelings. But that to me is where my investment in having a couple very close friends where we know we're basically free counselors for each other, which I'm a huge advocate of. And you can say, oh, I gotta share where I'm at right now. But you are also equally available to listen to them. So it's some mutual dumping, but in a good way, in a healthy, feminine way of being like, witness me, and I will witness you. And then we will both agree to come to a more relieved perspective through this mutual sharing. Not, oh, yeah, we're in the life is crap group. This is welcome to the girls group called Life is Crap. Oh, let me outcrap. My story will outcrap your story. No, it's not about that. Or my man outcraps your man. Just wait until you hear this. That goes actually to the number 2. But we're still on number 4, so I can't talk about that yet. So, but if you are genuinely happy, you're magnetic and it's fun. I have heard from several men, including my husband, that what they really, really desire is to have their girl be happy. I just want my woman to be happy. And they're programmed to help us be happy. Did you know that? You may seem like that's like the opposite. That is so far from the truth right now. Because like, well, I'm with this guy and he doesn't care about me or he just takes he wants to just do whatever he wants to do and he knows what's important to me and he won't do it. He's not stepping up. And here I am holding the bag, taking care of everything while he goes off and I don't know. Hey, yeah, I hear that. That hurts. That is deep. And that kind of neglect, that withdrawal, that emotional, he stood you up emotionally. That hurts so much. But I can tell you, if you want to repair this relationship, if you want to get it to that more than sparkling new, but like passionate, vivacious, like head over heels, kind of head over heels. How does that make sense? Your head is over your heels. When you're standing up, can we digress for a moment? If you're standing up, your head is over your heels. But anyway, I understand about knock you off your feet. That's where we're going. And that kind of relationship, you want that? You can get that. You can totally. Even from this place where you're in this pit of despair, the pit of despair. And Princess Bride, anyone, you can have that beautiful relationship. So stick with me. We're going to get there. Being genuinely happy. Guy, he wants like I want to be around her cuz she's fun and she's happy and she's not moaning all the time and reminding me of all the ways I've failed or criticizing me or anything like so that actually brings us into number I guess it's number 2. So counting backwards. Number 2 is gratitude and appreciation. I know that's 2 things. I'm putting them into one because I believe that they live together. They are very closely related. Gratitude and appreciation. Okay. So when we can tell a man, oh, thank you for opening the door. Thank you. I know, chivalry, right? It's actually a beautiful thing and we should embrace it more. You should try standing in front of a door that you both are walking through and kind of stand there or stand a little to the side so that he can open it for you and let him open it and say, thank you so much. Oh, maybe like, I'll try that one again. That seems to have worked. Give him opportunities. And so if we can appreciate, we can share our gratitude for what our guy does and our appreciation for the sacrifice that he makes by doing those things. Boy, that's an aphrodisiac for guys. That makes them feel manly. And there is nothing more irresistible than a feminine woman. And when a woman can acknowledge her difference from a man and her appreciation for those differences, not in competition with, but appreciation for the way he does that manly thing so well, or even like passably, still he's doing it, right? If he gets that appreciation and that gratitude, ooh, he's growing taller. Mm-hmm. The more that we can acknowledge that, I love Laura Doyle in her book, The Empowered Wife, and in her various podcasts, which I will link in the show notes so that you can get all the richness that she also shares. I love that she advocates sending little love notes to your man a couple times a day. And I believe that she says 3 every day. Send 3 little love notes. And it doesn't have to, oftentimes it can be just little gratitudes. Thank you so much for taking out the garbage. That was such a relief to me. Even though, like, I'm fully capable of taking the garbage out myself. You know how many times I've had to take the garbage out because he forgot? I don't need to tell him thank you. Oh, okay. Well, have fun alone. But if you can say, oh, thank you so much, that really, you know what? He's going to go, wow. Well, that's all right, little missy. What else can I do you for? You know? And isn't that what we want? We want our guys to come and help us, to take things off our plates. Stop taking everything off of his plate, putting it on yours because you don't like the way he's doing it. You know? Let him own it and release it because that will make you happier. It's like, ooh, it's not mine. I don't have to control it. It's not mine. And if it's not yours, you don't get to be the boss of it. You don't get to criticize the way that he does it or offer helpful hints like I did. And I didn't understand. Like, well, I'm not criticizing him. I'm offering, I think this might be a smarter way to do this thing. So I just want to let him know because, I have ideas too. Yes, I do. And I am a smart woman. But that is like my premium example that I absolutely love is if I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking dinner and I'm making a soup and I've put all these ingredients in and I'm being thoughtful about it and I want to make something delicious. And he comes in and if he tastes the soup and says, "Oh, so you're just gonna leave it like that?" It's oh, my mom, she would add a little bit of oregano and that would it would make the soup so good. And yeah, if you want, you can give her a call and she can help you with this because yeah, shakes his head. Get out of my kitchen. This is do you want to eat tonight? All right, excuse me. Get out. I would kick him out. It's like, that's so rude. We do the same thing unwittingly to our men when we're just I'm just trying to help. Well, sorry. But no, it doesn't come across that way at all. It says, I know you're kind of stupid. So let me explain it to you of how this could be a better idea that I had. Okay, thanks. No, no, we don't want to do that to our guys. We don't want to make them feel dumb. That's one of the worst things that you can do for a guy is to humiliate him. And that goes into our number. I'm bad at counting, but bear with me. This is number 2. I have it written down as number 1, but I had another really, really big one that trumps this one. So, okay. So it's the one before the last, which would be number 2, respect. When we can show our men respect, boy, that's like the biggest aphrodisiac for a guy. To know that a woman respects him. And I tell you, this one was kind of elusive to me. What does that mean to respect your man? I mean, not talking back and being snotty. That's being disrespectful if I do that, if I talk back. But what else? Well, there's so many ways that men appreciate respect. One is that we don't gossip to our girlfriends about their failings. Like if you have one dear good girlfriend who is in support of your relationship and your marriage and wants to see that succeed, and that's the thing is having that as the basis, like, okay, Hey girl, I'm really struggling right now because he said this and that, and it made me feel this way. And oh, it was so hard. Instead of her going, oh, yeah, that guy's such a jerk. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that to you. Oh, you should totally dump him. You're like, yeah, right? Right? No, no. Like, oh, I bet that hurt a lot. Man, what do you think he was trying to say? Was he struggling at work? What were the other factors that may have had him think that it was okay to act this way? You're like, and then you might think, "Oh, now you're just giving him excuses for being a jerk." It's like, well, don't we get excuses for being jerks too? I mean, I'm hormonal, or, it's that time of the month, or I'm just really overwhelmed. I'm overstimulated. Oh my gosh, that's such a hot word right now. Like, oh, women who are overstimulated. Well, that may be very true because we are spaghetti, and like men are waffles. Whoever wrote that book, I don't know if that was a John Gray book or not. He wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. But I remember a companion book, another one that came out around the same time that was Men Are Like Waffles because they're very like compartmentalized, and women are like spaghetti because we have our feelings and our feelers out everywhere. As a mom of 6 kids, and right now we have a litter of puppies, 8 puppies, 6 kids, 2 dogs, a husband. And that's my house. I have to help myself create containers for me so I don't go insane because I have antenna out for, is there a puppy that needs something? Is there a dog? A dog needs to go out. It's time to feed the puppies. I got to feed my children. Who am I taking to work right now? Who am I driving where? And it drives me nuts. And so, yes, I need to create containers. For me, my schedule is the best container I have. But even emotionally, being able to say, okay, I need to close and seal my energy up and know and just believe that everybody else is going to be okay. All right. I trust that everyone's going to be okay while I systematically take care of people and things because that's taking care of myself. Okay. That's a different thing entirely. Respect. But actually, that goes to a number one. So hold on. We'll get a little more into that in the number one thing that will help you earn the man of the heart of your earn the heart of the man of your dreams again. And respect looks like letting him own the things that he's responsible for without second guessing him, without offering suggestion that comes across as critique, without belittling him or making snide comments in public, especially like you're at a get together with friends and you make some comment that makes him look bad. That's disrespectful. And I know that, especially, I remember from the 90s the rise of the dumb dad. And I have referenced this in other podcast episodes before of, oh, the woman is the smart one and the dad's the stupid guy who makes all the mistakes and just never gets it, and everyone like laughs at the dumb dad. And that's our expectation of our men. They're incapable. They are bumbling. They don't have life together. They're not worthy of our respect. What if we flip that script? It's time that we did because we are ridiculously unhappy as women, trying to hold everything together, doing everything, while these men sit around on their iPhones all day or their video games or something else because what are they supposed to do? We've kicked them out of life, basically. Like they're just supposed to be our errand boys. That's not respectful, and that is not how we breed strong, healthy men. Men, I love it. I just adore how men are instinctively designed, biologically designed to protect, provide, and lead. It's beautiful. And all of those things we have been taught for generations that's our job now. Our job now is to lead, to protect, and to provide. But who is in that beautiful nurturing role and in that surrender and surrender doesn't mean giving up or being a doormat or not being valuable. That's not surrender. Mm-mm. That's a lot. Our definition that instinctively, like our knee-jerk reaction to the word surrender is because that's a misdefinition of it. As women, we attract things into us. We we really are, one of our superpowers is actually doing less and being more. And we are magnetic. And when we can drop into that and understand that power and feel that transformation of what it really means to be in our beautiful surrender, to be open and vulnerable, we attract the kind of men who step up, who protect us, who provide for us. They can't help themselves when they see that they are just drawn to it. Talk about superpowers. That's what I want to get into in the 4-week course, Stepping into Femininity. So, respect is allowing our guy to be a guy, allowing him to do the things that he's responsible for, and even if he fails, and honoring him as he takes on his role. You know, sometimes I really suck at dinner, but he respects me, and he doesn't throw it in my face or make fun of me or make me feel little for that. He might make a comment like, this isn't really my favorite, or I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Hey, I can take that. That's helpful. I need to know that so that then I don't make it again. But I can now, I have the freedom to pivot, but it's still my responsibility. He doesn't just fire me from dinner and say, that's it, I'm taking over all the cooking, you suck. And if you are married to a guy who's acting like that, there's work to be done. But guess what? It's work. He can actually. This is what I love. I love about all this stuff, is that our men respond to us. So we are not just sitting in the back seat, powerless. You know, with a man who is supposed to be leading and providing and protecting, doing all those things, you are not just hanging on for dear life, hoping that everything goes okay. You have so much power within your feminine role because guess what? He would die for you. He really would. And right now, if you're in a relationship where it is just full of disconnect and heartache and disappointment, I know that that might not seem true at all. But when we are able to do the work within ourselves, and I'm so excited because this is number one, the most important part, which is coming up. When we do that with ourselves, our men cannot help but to respond. And you would be very surprised at how fast it turns around. So number one is self-care, and it's so much bigger than it sounds like. It's healing and wholeness. And I cannot wait to dive into this for the 4-week course. I know this is the third time I've brought it up, but stepping into femininity, a key part of this. And then I am announcing at the end of this something that I am the most thrilled about to offer to you gals, and that I cannot wait to walk alongside you with what's coming up in January. So hold on for that. But when we take care of ourselves, when we experience the healing and the wholeness that we so desperately need, that is when we are just stunningly attractive because we are not operating out of desperation. We're not operating out of fear. We know who we are. We are confident in who we are. We love who we are. And it's not that you're conceited or have an overblown estimation of yourself, which is same definition as conceited. But it is that you simply know your value. You know your worth. And you can walk so confidently in that, and it's unshakable. And it's not dependent on anyone else. Say it with me. My worth is not dependent on anyone else. I just want to hug you right now because I know how big those words are to me in my heart. And it is a journey getting to that point of really feeling the truth of that, feeling that it's authentic to your soul that I have amazing worth. And it's not dependent on if I'm loved by this person or if I have achieved these things in my life. It is simply on who you were coming into this world. You are beautiful and you are radiant and you are whole. You're enough. You are enough. And when we can process that within ourselves and we feel the truth and authenticity of it, that is when we can implement these other things and be more powerful than Captain Marvel, which is a very silly character. If you are aware of the Avengers universe, not Avengers, who's it? Marvel, the Marvel universe. She's ridiculous. But we are more powerful than Wonder Woman. We are, because we are in our true strength and power. And we are living in relationship in a balanced way where we are all playing to each other's strengths. Who doesn't want that? Let me check my notes to see if there's anything else that I want to talk about. So, yeah, just to reiterate, when we have if you've had a lot of hurt in your life, either from past relationships or maybe the relationship that you're currently in, and you are carrying around, it feels like boulders within your soul. And maybe you feel betrayed by many things. Maybe he's not doing the things that he said he would do. Maybe you're not where you want to be in your life that you thought you were going to be. Maybe he stepped out in your relationship and he's pursuing someone else or did before. There's a lot of hurt. There is so much there, and your feelings are incredibly valid. It aches and it hurts. The best thing that you can do is to decide what kind of life you want to live. Do you want to be happy? And I know that's like, what are you talking about? Of course I want to be happy, but how can I be happy when he's treating me this way, or he's doing this thing, or he's done that, or he hasn't, whatever it is. Okay, what if you put that in a box, separate it, and say, you know what? I'm gonna put a pin in that, as they say. I'm gonna separate who I am from this relationship in a moment. And I'm just looking at me. Because who can you actually change? Me, you, like this is all we have is this. This is the only thing we can control. And you know what's so cool? Is that we can change all of this. But you want to not change into something like a fake version of yourself. You want to be the most genuine and wonderful version of yourself that you can be, right? Live your best life, be your best self, all those hashtags. We want to be those things. And in order for us to truly, you could be married to the best guy ever. But if you have not addressed yourself and your heart, you're still going to be miserable. And it's not going to be his fault. We cannot attach blame to other people when we have not done the work on ourselves. And that's might sound firm and harsh, but it's true. And yeah, it's like if you were renting someplace and there were a couple things in the house that were broken, or the landlord just kept forgetting to mow the lawn, and yet your home was disgusting because you haven't done the work in taking care of it like you ought to. And your house is just rancid and filthy and gross. And there you are, just pointing out the couple things that somebody else isn't doing right. And that's what's really tearing you up. Like, well, you know what? You can't make somebody do something, but what can you do? I bet you can get a washcloth and some cleaner and you can start getting to work. Go get that broom and see what you can do on what you can actually control. What is yours to be the boss of? For me, it's just me. This is all I got. And it's great. That's all you came into the world as you will leave the world as you. So that's really exciting because there's so much you can do with that. All right, so let me tell you what I'm the most excited about that will be launching in 2026. I'm planning for January. You'll hear more about it. I am starting a 3-part series called A Heart Called Home. And it is for women who are desperate to find that fulfillment in their life. And it has 3 different sections because each one is really big. The first one is about coming home to your own heart. So your heart is calling you home. And how do we get the healing and the wholeness that we just talked about? Number 1, so that we truly can be at our best and in our strength as women, in our femininity, in that beautiful receptivity, so that life just keeps blessing us with goodness instead of us out there slogging away for it, fighting and swimming upstream. That's not how we are designed to be. We are designed to be at peace, to be safe in our nest, to feel abundance that just comes to us, to have a heart so full of peace and love that we are just like this beautiful fragrance to others. And if you have been disconnected with your femininity, and if maybe you've grown up a tomboy, maybe you've just assumed like, well, the only way to get ahead in life is to just work hard and basically all these male attributes. This is going to be a time of deep deprogramming to become whole. The second part is about our relationship with our men. And whether you're single, whether you have brothers, sons, a father, or a spouse, this is going to be all about getting into this beautiful place with how you relate to men. And we will also be talking about how to have ridiculously incredible romantic connection with our guys. We've gotten there, and this is after 20 years and several times of saying the great big D divorce word. And now we are at the richest that our relationship has ever been, at the deepest, the most connected. And I want to give you the same tools that have helped transform our marriage too. So that's the second module. The third is a heart called home to your home. So maybe you've been aching to stay at home with your kids, but you haven't figured out how that financially can work. Or that sounds nice to you, but also really overwhelming. So why in the world would you need it? We're going to talk about, there's a lot of hurt and a lot of misinformation and a lot to deprogram there to understand the true value of being home. And that doesn't mean like you can't work outside the home or anything like that. We are just really exploring, what does it mean as a woman to own this space called home, to own your motherhood, to own your womanhood at home. It's a big one. It really is. And we'll be talking about home education, unschooling, homeschooling, those kinds of things as well. And just really diving in to practically how to really enjoy your home life and create the home environment that you have been craving, that you've been dreaming about, that you've been pinning on Pinterest. That can be yours. So it's a 3-module course called A Heart Called Home. And I'm super thrilled to launch that next year. And yeah, so I'll be sharing more about it. But for now, the 4-week course, Stepping Into Your Femininity, is coming up September 22nd. I will be launching it. It's going to be on Zoom, and we'll be meeting weekly. The length of the time, I haven't quite said it. It's probably going to be about an hour and a half. And you'll have weekly emails that'll have journaling prompts and where you can share your heart as well. And we'll be connecting with other women who are on a similar journey, because sisterhood is incredibly important. And I hope that if you decide to join me for this, that you will come away with some lifelong friends that you guys can be in support of each other and find that support and connection that you've deeply been craving and you deserve to have. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I can't wait to share next week. My episodes come out on Fridays. So I'll be here then. I hope you join me.